Welcome everyone into the entertainment arena. I'm Thomas Schultz. Good to be back with you. It is a big week in the entertainment world. It is Oscars week, and I teased this for a bit, and I think my guest did when we brought him on to introduce the show and even on the Sports Hangover. That is Mike Benatar. Mike, welcome back to the entertainment arena.
What up? How you doing? I'm excited to be
I'm
here.
good.
I am ready to gamble on the Oscars, and I just want to tell everybody I've been to Oscar parties with Thomas before, and this man knows exactly what's going to happen before it happens. So I'm excited to hopefully win some money with you. I've been looking at the odds. It seems like there's huge favorites, but we know, at least I know, there's always some upsets. So I'm hoping to jump in on some of those because I'm literally looking right now. This is just top of mind. The first thing I saw was Oscar Best Foreign Movie. The zone of interest is minus 3,030. I have not seen that movie. So I have no idea. But yeah, let's you kick it off. You tell me where you want to go, and I'm excited to talk about all this.
Yeah, so what we're going to do today is you and I, even when I did the Hollywood Speakeasy, we had the Oscar show. We talked Oscars gambling, and I wanted to bring this back. We did gambling before, and like you said, we've been to Oscars parties, and I would get the picks right pretty much.
Yes.
The foreign pick was always like the one I get wrong because, like you just said, never saw it, right? But
yeah, but you got a lot. You got a ton right. Like you would have like if there's 100 picks here, you get 99 out of them right. And I was like, how do you know all this? So yeah, I'm excited to see what's going on today.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just talk the big topics, and that's Best Picture, Best Director, and the actor categories. And then I even have some fun bets that we can do, but we're going to talk about the odds. So let's just get right into the big one. That's Best Picture.
Oh, okay.
You mentioned there's a favorite that is going around, and this is a movie you and I saw with mutual friend and another group. That is Oppenheimer. And so first of all, my secret to those parties was I would look at the Hollywood Reporter and Variety would have great odds. This year, they released their numbers and how to predict it. Oppenheimer's a clear favorite across the board in a lot of things it's nominated for, but I'm also going to give you dark horses with the picks. So this year, Best Picture, if you're going to see a guaranteed lock, it is Oppenheimer at minus 5,000. And I think this is a great pick. You and I saw it. It was a good movie. It was long. It's the type of movie that the Academy loves. They love historical timepiece movies, not really Barbie or things like that. But Oppenheimer was a great film. I remember we all went to Buffalo Wild Wings afterwards, and we were talking really good things about it, except for the
it was good. I did like it, but then I see like I tried watching Poor Things the other day. I was having trouble watching that movie. It was not, sometimes I'm like, these movies are made for Oscars. Like this is an Oscar movie. I'll just tell you the movies I finished in completion were just Anatomy of a Fall, right? Anatomy of a Fall and Barbie.
Anatomy of a Fall, yeah.
Anatomy of a Fall and Barbie and a little bit of Maestro and still working on Killers of the Flower Moon. But I don't know, like in Past Lives, I thought was really good. And it's the worst odds here. It's like 150 to 1 or something like that.
Yeah, Past Lives currently sitting at plus 10,000. So on DraftKings, shout out to DraftKings. They are the ones providing the odds this year, official odds for the entertainment arena. But to your point, Poor Things is an Oscar style movie, and it's such a hard watch. It really, I enjoyed it. Emma Stone did a good job. Ruffalo did a good job, but it was a weird movie. It's like a sexualized Frankenstein movie.
Yeah, it was just
any other year, it probably is going to be the favorite. That or Killers of the Flower Moon. I think the thing that hurt Killers of the Flower Moon was its length. It was 3.5 hours long and in the theaters, and these studios are struggling on giving Martin Scorsese the budget to make a film like this because he wants to just go over it. So Oppenheimer, to me, clear favorite, minus 5,000. If you want an upset here, it would probably be Poor Things at plus 2,000. But don't waste your money on betting.
Don't put my mortgage on it. Okay.
No, don't do anything here.
Yeah, I just feel like this one's locked up. Like, let's jump to another one. Like, Oppenheimer was great. I still think Barbie was a good movie. Barbie did more money. Why aren't the ones that make the most money make people go to the theater? Like, I just saw Dune 2 this week.
Yeah.
And I literally thought, this is why you go to movie theaters. This movie was
Yeah.
on location filming. It felt real. It felt great. It made me
Mhm.
like love going to the movies again. It was like, wow, this is like why we go to the movies. And a lot of times it's almost like we were so Marvel fatigued out that we forgot what it looked like to be in a real setting and filming stuff. And I
Yeah.
just thought Dune 2 was great. I know that's not on the list here, hopefully next year, but it was just a great film. And that's why you go to the movies. And Oppenheimer was one of those movies too. You went to the theater and you experienced it. And we experienced it in,
Yeah.
I don't think is it the biggest IMAX in LA? Because I swear there must be a bigger one, right?
The Chinese theater is one of the best technical screens. It is one of the biggest in the country.
Oh wow. Okay.
So the three biggest ones are in California. It's the
Okay.
Chinese Theater, it's City Walk, and then actually down here in Orange County, is Irvine, California. That's the third largest in the entire country because
Okay.
Regal is based out here. So, and yeah, Dune 2, perfect. It's a beautiful example. Great shot of the movie, especially how they were able to shoot Timothy Chalamet riding the sandworm. I thought that was incredible. I think this time next year, we're going to be talking about Dune 2 for a lot of
It was great.
Oscar
Great movie.
nominations. So, moving on, Best Director is another one that is
Oh, let's
pretty
see.
locked up. Christopher Nolan, a director who people thought would already have an Oscar. He's had multiple nominations, like Dunkirk. This is one that he is going to get locked up by him. He's currently at minus 5,000. Also,
Mhm.
no one else can win this award, in my opinion.
All right, move on. I mean, it's like, all right, he's got it.
We have our first upset though here
Oh,
in Best Actor. So Cillian Murphy, it played Oppenheimer in the movie Oppenheimer, but Paul
uh-huh.
Giamatti has been winning a lot of the awards. He won the
Oh,
Golden Globe, he's won a Screen Actors Guild, but Cillian Murphy's won a BAFTA and a Critics' Choice Award. And this is really where we're going to see the first time a big, if you want to put money on an
I
upset
just
in the
did.
Oscars, Paul Giamatti is going to
So,
not win, but he would be
oh,
the safe upset bet. Cillian Murphy's going to win.
so
Only
tell
because,
me, tell
yeah.
hold on. First of all, tell me about Giamatti here. I tried
Mhm.
watching this movie. I also didn't like it. It was weird. It came out. It felt like it came out before Christmas, and I was like, why is this
Mhm.
not out during Christmas? Like, I should have been watching this during Christmas. It was kind of hard to see it
Mhm.
at first, right? And then it started streaming, I think, on Peacock.
Yep.
Um, I listen, a lot of these movies I literally tried starting and could not finish. And I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
it's
just
tough.
what's going on. Like, how can I, even the one with Bradley Cooper, Maestro, I was like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like it's just Oscar bait. It's like, give me something I want to watch. And yeah, I mean, Oppenheimer was great. It's also really long, but we did
Yeah.
finish it because we were stuck in a theater. Only had to go to the
Yeah.
bathroom once.
Yeah, I remember that. The Holdovers, like you said, good movie. Weird timing when it was released in the November time period. It's a good movie. Paul Giamatti, though, has been deserving of the awards that he's
Hmm.
getting. He
Okay.
should have won an Oscar several years ago for Sideways when that movie was winning Academy Award after Academy Award, and he didn't. So this year is sort of like a makeup for him not
Okay.
winning. However, Cillian Murphy in his role as Oppenheimer is the like pseudo academy winner. He
Yeah.
really looks like Oppenheimer. He had the mannerisms. The movie was great. And typically, what you see from the best actor in terms of like dedication to a role, Killian did in this movie, and the campaigning that Universal did for Killian Murphy for this role really pushed him over the edge, and that's why he's going to win. But if there is a chance for an upset, Giamatti is the one. Plus 500, still good odds.
Yeah.
Minus 1,000, it's not a lock. Like both Nolan and Oppenheimer are minus 5,000. Minus 1,000 is never a lock in the Oscars.
Now,
Um, yeah.
who's voting on this? Is it everybody that's in the movie business, or who votes? Because this
Mhm.
is what I always get confused on.
So the Academy is the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. It is an academy that's invite only based on winning or just doing something big for the
Mm,
entertainment industry. So
okay.
everyone votes on Best Picture, and then you vote on your category that you've either been invited into or won.
Okay.
So, for example, uh, Bradley Cooper won. No, not Bradley Cooper. Excuse me. Let's say the La La Land team because they won Best Director.
Yeah.
They will vote on both Best Picture and Best Director. Everyone in the Academy votes on Best Picture. So if Cillian Murphy wins the Best Actor, he will vote on Best Actor next year as well as Best Picture.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Another lock. All right. Let's move on. Where can we win some money, Thomas? Let's go win some money.
Best Actress.
Okay.
Best Actress is our first head-to-head. Lily Gladstone in Killers of the Flower Moon and Emma Stone for Poor Things are your two like neck and neck favorites. As you can see here, the Hollywood Reporter doesn't really know who's going to win.
Yeah.
Right now, they're putting a slight edge over Lily Gladstone at 43.43%, Emma Stone at 42. DraftKings actually has Lily Gladstone at minus 225, Emma Stone at plus 150. That's a toss-up. If I were you, this isn't a bad bet to put on Emma Stone. Lily Gladstone is the favorite, but it wouldn't shock me if Emma Stone ends up winning because she wins the critical awards. The only reason why I could see Lily Gladstone getting that push is the diversity one. Emma Stone's already won an Oscar. Lily Gladstone, this is her first major role, her breakout role, and she's a Native American. They likely are going to play that in the favoritism as well. I just think this is going to be a tough one to really for them to predict.
Just watching both, like I've seen about the same amount of each movie, and Emma Stone, she was more in it a lot more, right? Like Lily was in it not as much, but she was definitely in it. But Emma Stone was like the star in this movie. Yeah. So I feel like Emma Stone should have the edge. And also, I don't know. It's like, I almost feel like when you're first time in a big movie, like I don't think I've ever seen her before anywhere, Lily Gladstone.
No, like you haven't. She's had minor roles.
You shouldn't get it the first time. You got to like go through it. How long did it take Leo to get an Oscar? It took him years to get an Oscar. So,
and he won it for a role he probably didn't deserve it for.
What was that one? The one like the bear movie where he was like,
yep.
Yeah, I never saw that one either. So, yeah. All right. So I put some money on Emma Stone. I like that. I just feel, yeah, I mean, just watching, 20 minutes, 30 minutes of each movie. That's what I'm feeling right now. But yeah. All right. What else? What else you got? What else you got? Because I like that one. We got a little toss up there.
Quickly, Best Supporting Actor. Don't even put money on it. It's Robert Downey Jr. He finally gets his Oscar that he deserves. The next one, though, is I'm going to give you a likely upset.
Oh, okay.
I think this is an upset because Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers is winning everything. But she's at minus 3,500. That's a semi-lock. I just have a feeling we're going to see an upset here with Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer at plus 2,000.
Really?
I'm not saying that's a lock. I just have a feeling something.
Put money on it, Thomas. You're winning me $200 here if I win it.
Something's going to happen in one of these categories, and I think Best Supporting Actress is the one where it's going to happen. Not to say Divine doesn't deserve the Oscar. She absolutely does. She, in my opinion, carried a lot of the Holdovers film.
Yeah, she was good.
Paul Giamatti, but she was good.
Yeah, she was good in what I saw of the movie. She was like the more, like even Paul Giamatti didn't feel like I don't know, like she kind of stood out more in the movie. So that makes more sense. So Best Supporting, I'm going to put money on Emily, but most likely, I mean, minus 4,000 here. I think it's feels like a lock, but I like your optimism here that somebody could upset.
Yeah, there's always a major upset in one of these categories, and typically it comes in Best Picture, but because Oppenheimer is such a Hollywood-centric film, don't touch Best Picture. Other ones where you can see an upset, Best Documentary, Best Song, although Barbie's going to win Best Song, it's just for which song. Is it going to be I'm Just Ken, or is it going to be the song by Dua Lipa, where I forgot the name of the song.
All right, so there's two things here. We have Best Original Score or Best Music Original Song.
Song is for Barbie. Score is going to be for Oppenheimer.
So right now, so you're saying it's not going to be I'm Just Ken. It's going to be What I Was Made For by Billy, which is right now minus 847 on my offshore account, because here in California, we cannot gamble legally. And I'm Just Ken is plus 460. Hopefully. Plus 460 for I'm Just Ken.
I think that's a good bet, though. I think I'm Just Ken could be an upset because I believe Ryan Gosling's going to perform it. It won the Golden Globe, and it also won a Critics' Choice, I believe, and a Grammy. Like it
It won a
won.
Grammy?
Yeah. So
Can't,
it's
wow.
yeah. So it's definitely a song that could pull that upset. I love I'm Just Ken. It was the funniest song in that movie. Um, Barbie's going to pull off the wins in the fun categories like set design, costume. Oppenheimer is going to take the like critical roles like picture, director, and cinematography. But I want to get into that in a little bit because I
Okay.
do have some fun prop bets.
Okay.
So
Okay. I can't, it doesn't look like there's many props on here, but I will,
it's
I'll believe you.
if you can find a platform that does prop bets, these are some fun ones that come out. And that's because one, the host is Jimmy Kimmel.
Mhm.
Something always happens with Jimmy, is always jokes. But two, not just with Jimmy Kimmel, but always something happens with the Oscars. So I've got the prop bets here.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And these are some good ones. So a winner to
Oh,
go overtime during a speech, minus 230. That's when they're playing them off. I
I
like
say
that bet.
yes.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. So that is like safe money. That's why
And
it's minus.
is this all on DraftKings? You can prop bet these?
Some of these are on DraftKings. Some of these are on other platforms like FanDuel or
Oh,
BetMGM. So these are just if you can find a prop bet, these are some of the more popular ones.
who are, oh, interesting. Okay. All right. I like these.
FanDuel, this is one from FanDuel, movie to win most awards. Oppenheimer minus 550. In fact, there's an over under on 7.5. If I were you, I would take the over on that. I actually think it's going to get 8 of its 13 nominations.
Okay.
But Poor
Nice.
Things is another. But I think if you were going to take one other thing, Barbie would win the most awards because it has all the fun ones. It's got makeup, set design,
Yeah. Yeah.
costume
Yeah.
design, song. So, winner not present to accept plus 850. That is a lock. And
So
I'll tell you why it's a lock.
who's not showing up?
Because it's going to be someone who does sound editing or composing, things like that. It's not going to be an acting role. It's going to be someone who is like below the totem pole, like not showing up for the acceptance. So
Okay.
that's almost a lock. Jimmy Kimmel mentioning Aaron Rodgers in his monologue or at some
Okay.
point in the show because of the
I,
whole Pat McAfee situation, right?
yeah.
It's plus 490. It's tempting to take, but this is why I think it might not. One, Disney allows Jimmy to do what he wants. He's the almost like live action mascot. You and I talked about the faces of Disney. He is the live action face, reality face of
Yeah.
Disney. They let him do whatever he wants. But Pat McAfee is turning into the golden boy of ESPN, as you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if Disney wants to piss off Pat McAfee either, but this is something I think that could happen.
Interesting. Okay.
Barbenheimer jokes, over under 4.5, take the over. I mean, Barbenheimer was the biggest thing in show business last summer. We had shirts from the sport on the Sports
Yeah.
Hangover. I believe they're
Yeah.
still up there.
They are.
So it was the biggest thing in Hollywood. And then the broadcast length. The Oscars have been criticized for its length. And last year it came in at 217 minutes. This year they're starting to show an hour earlier to try and mitigate that to
Mm.
help the ratings. But the over under is 2 hours and 15 minutes. Take the under, but just
Oh,
slightly. I think it's going to come in at like 213.
okay. All right. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. If I can find these, I will definitely bet them. Right now, all I see is, a best winner of, whatever, foreign film, editing, stuff like that.
Yeah. So that is our Oscars preview, Mike.
Okay.
Again, the Oscars are this Sunday on ABC. Start time is 4 o'clock p.m. Western time, 7 Eastern. That is live from the red carpet,
Can
hosted by Jimmy Kimmel. Mike, thank you for coming on. It's always a
Wait,
pleasure
Thomas,
getting
before
you
we
here.
go, I just got to get a few extra questions in.
Okay, let's do it.
Best film editing, Oppenheimer or Anatomy of a Fall, plus 800 on Anatomy, and then Oppenheimer minus 1600. Is that just Oppenheimer all the way? Best
Oppenheimer all
film
the way. The
editing.
editing was incredible. Yeah, because remember the
Okay.
scene where they dropped the bomb? Like that really is going to show both the visual
Yeah.
effects and the editing showing how he was able to get that in there.
Damn. All right. What about, oh yeah, I guess you did best visual effects. Is it Godzilla minus one or The Creator? The Creator. That was a
Godzilla minus
terrible.
one is an interesting one. I think Godzilla minus one could be the upset for best visual effects.
Well, right now it's minus
Whenever,
170. It's minus 176 right now.
where's Oppenheimer on that though?
Oppenheimer for visual effects is not even on here.
Oh, well then there you go. That's your favorite then for visual
What
effects.
about best writing adapted screenplay? I feel like Barbie was not an adapted; it should have been original. But American Fiction, have not seen, minus 199. Oppenheimer plus 226, and Barbie at plus 600.
American Fiction is the favorite to win that. It's a good movie. Jeffrey Wright any other year I think would win for best actor would win if Cillian Murphy wasn't there. I would put my money on American Fiction, but that is also a category where Oppenheimer is not a favorite and could end up winning because it is the golden child of Hollywood. So if you put money on any movie there, I would put it on Oppenheimer.
All right, well, last one, best writing original screenplay, Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers. Those are the two leaders right now. Anatomy of a Fall, minus 199, and then The Holdovers plus 151. I feel like The Holdovers everybody loves.
Holdovers everybody loves. If you want to put money on it, I'd do The Holdovers, but that's one where that's essentially a toss-up, like in the entertainment world. Anatomy of a Fall, it's a tough watch. I would go Holdovers there.
Okay. All right. I'll do that. All right. That was it. That was my last questions. You can wrap it up. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure I could win some money, you know?
No, we're going to get you some money. We're going to get the listeners some money. Again, the Oscars this Sunday, hosted by Jimmy Kimmel, live on ABC, starting at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Mike, again, thank you for coming on. You have the show Mondays with J-Dog on the Sports Hangover. You guys have been doing a good job with your non-NFL content, although we're coming into free agency time period now.
Yeah,
so
we got
I know
stuff
you
coming
guys
up.
have some stuff coming up. And then I'm curious to see, we're coming into March. You know what that means? It's time for the Sports Hangover bracket. Interested to see what you guys pull off this year.
We'll see what we get this year.
All right. And as always, tune back in next week to the Entertainment Arena and for more entertainment news. We'll see you next week.